Hello, I am Adal, and today I'm casting a game between Cheap and the Ghetto Liquidator as part of Drusina's Hun Wars 2021. And this is the main event from 1250 to 1500 ELO. And both of these players are at around 1450 to 1500 ELO 1 vs 1. So we got Cheap and Orange here. He hails from the Netherlands. And he is known to be a very aggressive player. He really likes his scouts and all-out feudal. While in the blue we have Ghetto Liquidator. He is from Canada and he tends to be a bit more defensive player. He likes to rush FC and that kind of thing. His strength is definitely in the castle edge. So you got two very different playstyles there, so we'll see how this will unfold. As for the maps, I think Cheap has a pretty decent map. Gold on both sides, though they are very exposed there. He has a back woodland, which he now puts a lumber camp on. It's a perfect spot. The map in general is pretty open. Actually, Ghetto has a really nice map actually. You can easily wall this. He does have his berries in the front, so that will be exposed, and this will be a bit hard to wall, but it should be manageable. He has his two gold mounts in the back. He also has a back wood line. And his main golden back as well. So very secure map for Ghetto Liquidator. You can see Cheap already starting to push some hostages. And Ghetto is already scouting Cheap. Has he found all his resources? Yes, 4 spear sheep. Yeah, he's found all the sheep. What was that? That was weird. Okay. Ghetto got the first hit. So if Cheap goes through with this, Ghetto should win the... Okay, he backs up. Good call from him. And he also got this boar, so Ghetto couldn't lame it if he would want to. Yes, this is a very exposed map for Cheap. Both sides there. It will be tough to wall if that will be his approach. He's actually going with 4 villagers on wood. Usually in Hun Wars you would see 3, as typically players will go for scouts. But 4 usually indicates that he'll be going for a man-at-arms opening. But that's not always the case. Also see 4 villagers for Ghetto Liquidator. And a pre-mill barrack, which is pretty common these days for dresses. Popularized by Huang. Okay, so Ghetto Liquidator is rushing, sending 1 villager to gather 10 gold now. To afford 3 militias and loom. He's got a nice build order, clearly. 4 wood, okay. Bit unfortunate villager pathing. Cheap's gonna run his scout right into Ghetto Liquidator space. Okay, no, he managed to not do that. Okay, so Ghetto Liquidator is actually gonna go up pretty early. It's not a typical Drush FC. Maybe it's kind of like a Drush fast feudal actually. He's got 10 villagers under the town center, 4 on wood, 6 on berries. But Cheap, knowing what's up, wait, you can see what he's been scouting. Yeah, so he has seen the barrack, which was up really very early, so he knows that Ghetto Liquidator is rushing. So he's been wising up and pre-wall his berries, so that these militias can't do any damage. They can still annoy him. Cheap is now going up. He's going up at 20 population. Hit 2 farms. Pretty good build order for him, I would say. He also pushed a deer, so he can go slightly faster than usual. With a really good economy behind it too. Okay, so he's got 8 on wood, no, okay, 10 with these regular trees. He had to delay building the stable a little bit because he made these quick walls. You can now afford it. Okay, the Liquidator is not trying to break through there. Islanding 2 villagers. So even if your opponent walls up, it can still be annoying and idle villagers with your militias if you're just active with them. Okay, probably show this. Let's see what they're queuing up. Cheap now queuing some scouts. He will now see that he's fully walled. So he might not invest too much into it. Depends. So now Cheap has a choice to make. If he wants to go all in feudal and try to break through this wall here. Or if he will try to just not invest too much into scouts and just go for a faster castle instead. Both are viable options there, though. Yeah, he goes for an aggressive approach there. I think that's actually the better thing to do with a map like this. I don't think I would risk. I don't think I would risk going for a trying to match the castle time. As he's very exposed in open there, and a few early knights from Get the Liquidator can do a lot of damage. Okay, Cheap is paying attention, he's gonna wall this. Both are very active with their scouts, it's good to see. Both knowing what's going down. Cheap actually opened there, I don't know why. Okay, so Cheap now making an archery range and now putting some leaders in gold. Doing some archers. Get to, okay. So he actually cancelled the feudal upgrade, seeing as he got fully walled so fast, so he chose to make some more villagers before going feudal age. Which I think was the right call, because he has a really great map pad for Rush FC. Okay, so now Cheap's gonna be able to deal with his militias. I like that he actually went, instead of trying to kill the militias with the scouts, tried to go to get to space. And if his map was as bad as Cheap's, then I don't think Ghetto would have been able to wall up so fast. And then that could have been pretty devastating for Ghetto if those scouts had gotten in and could do a lot of damage. Okay, so he's just teasing these militias for now. Okay, Cheap actually making 2 archery ranges. You can see Ghetto getting his horse collar. Quite a lot of villagers on wood there from Ghetto. Is he gonna go cavalry archers? No, he's made a stable in the back here, which is out of sight of Ghetto's scouts. So even if he had scouts there, he couldn't have seen this stable. Okay, so seeing as there's not much for Ghetto's, Cheap's scouts to do near Ghetto's base, he managed to deal with militias now. Still just annoying. Okay, you can now see Ghetto researching scaled boarding armor for his knights. He has a pretty good economy, though I would have liked to see the farms being made earlier. switching some villagers over to gold. Really good play by Ghetto. Okay, so with archers in the front, Ghetto can't wall behind the palisades here. But he is in the castle now, so you should be able to pretty comfortably defend knights. So warming up quick walls there with gates. Without the 60 wood, these 2 gates. That's a price to pay, but he did manage to wall in time. That's good. I'll take some TC fire here. It's not getting wheelbarrow. He doesn't need to queue a villager after a win while there's a wheelbarrow, so he could have made another knight while making a queuing up a villager now. Just what's it? Yes, these scouts are as good as dead, but they are delaying his knights a bit. Like, they could have been at chief space by now, doing damage. So they do actually have a purpose there. That's a good job by Cheap, keeping his scouts alive, just being annoying. Okay, we tried to do a little quick wall there. Okay, so now he's gonna go forward. Meanwhile, Cheap got to the castle edge, and he'll have a lot of crossbows by the time Ghetto reaches his base. He only has 1 upgrade, so the knights won't be too big of a deal for Cheap just yet. I think those scouts running into his base there really bought Cheap a lot of time. If those knights would have been going straight to Cheap's base rather than chasing scouts, Cheap could potentially be some villagers behind at this point. Cheap is slightly ahead of villagers, but he doesn't have wheelbarrow yet, but he's getting it now. Ghetto made a forward siege workshop, giving up a mangonel now, but he does have a stable from his scouts, so he will have the means of dealing with the mangonel. Now the mangonel's out, but meanwhile Ghetto spend non-stop queuing up knights, so the knight size here, sorry, the knight army here is getting pretty dangerous. That's a good hit. Decent damage. So far it's looking really good for Cheap. We made a second town center. Making some cavalry archers now, which is kind of weird. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna hit this base with those in the wood lines. That makes sense, actually. While defending at home with crossbowmen and knights. It looked like he kind of threw his knights, the ones that he had already. Okay, so now Liquidator is actually going to take down that archery so that he can't keep up in production. Pretty good move by him. Ah, okay, Liquidator has a second mag now. Okay. I don't think they could have sniped him a Mangala anyway, those cavalry archers. Oh, that's a good hit ground by Ghetto, dealing some damage there. Seal just one ton center for Ghetto Liquidator. If he can keep up the pressure now and just harass him, I think he can be in a pretty good spot there against Cheap. But I would have liked to see like him sending like 3 knights on the right side harassing these miners and maybe 2 knights on the left side just to harass, you know. Okay. Good defense by Ghetto Liquidator defending that Mangonel, though Cheap managed to pull through, killing it. Now Ghetto has Scorpion into the mix. Didn't manage to do anything with it. That's unfortunate. And Ghetto, sorry, Cheap is defending pretty well for now. But I think Ghetto can actually take this fight without the mangonels. He has the +2 upgrade. So the crossbowmen aren't doing all too much damage. Trying to cut the crossbowmen off. Yes, doesn't have the numbers right now. Chasing them to the gold. Should be able to do some damage there. And now would have been a good time for Chief to have had a couple knights in the queue here to give them. Well, okay, it's already got them on the job. You'll be able to get that one. This is pretty good micro by Chief there. Really good defense. But he is having some villagers dying and some idle time on his villagers set. Despite being 2 town centers, Cheap is only slightly ahead in terms of villagers, so I think Ghetto's been pretty successful so far. It's being annoying, but he hasn't been able to push him too much. So technically Cheap should still have the edge there. He's added a third stable now. Seems like he has forgot to put a waypoint for it. Pretty good economy management by Ghetto. Okay, Ghetto should be able to deal with this crossbowman now if he just takes the fight. They're fully upgraded, but yeah, Mangle into the mix too, they're just gonna die like flies. And now Ghetto has a huge military lead, 21-2. That's never a good sign. Maybe if he had mixed in some monks, that could have been the solution. Because they're just so annoying when you're fighting with knights and mangonels and your enemy is just converting your knights, and then they use your knights to kill your mangonel. That's a pretty good deterrent to this kind of approach that Ghetto is doing here. But this base is pretty exposed. This gold mine is idle now. Oh, he has expanded to the left side, 3 town centers, but they are having a lot of idle time. He's 12 villagers ahead, Cheap, but a lot of idle time. 11 idle villagers, as you can see. 14 now. So Ghetto's 1 town center is running just as efficient as Cheap's 3 town centers, technically speaking. Ghetto's going for the kill now. Got 2 mangonels on the job. Taking down the town center. He's now made monks of his own to heal the knights. To be an immortal army. Ghetto getting a conversion in. Oh, looks like he'll be losing his mangonel head. Doesn't have enough faith. Oh, actually it pulls out. That's a mistake by him. Take the mangonel, but he won't be able to kill the monk now. So pretty close to. He's getting in now, but at the cost of taking more damage on his knights. Get to start researching Iron Castle. I forgot the name. Alright. So it's just non-stop harassment from Ghetto at this point. I don't see a way for Cheap to pull through here. They are even in villagers now. Getting ahead now. As more and more villagers are dying. They still want to have a place to seek refuge either. See, Thompson Tears are going down. Yeah, at this point it should be over. Has a clear advantage there. And Cheap got GG. And that was a pretty good game, I think. Cheap tried to adapt by booming, but it wasn't enough. Alright, so let's move over to game number 2 in this best of 3. Any moment now. Okay. So again we have Cheap in orange and Ghetto in the blue. Wow, another great map for Ghetto Liquidator. With his main golden back and 3 big wood lines. That's secure. Now his front is very exposed, and the boards are also very exposed in the front there, so they can potentially be lamed, as laming is allowed in this tournament. Meanwhile, yeah, also a pretty good map for, I would say even better map for Cheaper. It's bear in the back, a boar in the back, gold and stone, everything he could ask for. His main goal is kind of awkward, but it's in a good position still. Not too exposed. Yeah, I think both players should be able to wall here if they should want to. Cheap now, scouting in the front there, finding his extra sheep. Let's check out Ghetto's scouting. He's found both his boars there, found 2 extra sheep, and he's missing 2 now. He should be able to fight it now, yeah. Pretty good scouting from both players, I would say. There's a bit of black area though that could have been avoided from both the players. Cheap has already found other resources, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue from him. Yeah, Ghetto's pretty exposed in the front there. This he might not be able to pull through another Rush FC in this game. We'll see if he'll adapt and maybe do some fuel aggression this time. Though both players are on... Okay, yeah, Ghetto's with 4 leaders on the wood now, and 3 on the wood for Cheap. So it looks like Cheap's gonna go for scouts again. Slightly different approach, which is more common to see. Yeah, okay, so Ghetto's going for the pre-mill rush again. But with a map so exposed, I'm not sure if I would go for a rush FC. If you saw last time, it kind of looked like he was considering going for Rush Fast Feudal, which I think would have been a pretty good choice on this map. Which will take a longer time to wall. Getting a wheel now. It's gonna go up. Okay, he's getting some more villagers. It's because he was idle, or because he's gonna go up now, or... No, okay, it's making more villagers. I would have gone up at this point. This might be a mistake, we'll see. He's gonna try to wall here. To kind of a bad engagement with the villagers there, but wisely he pulls back. He doesn't want to lose his militias. He should be using the more harassing and then pull back his idling villagers. It seems like Cheap isn't paying too much attention right there now. Having 3 villagers idled. Okay, so... Okay, Cheap's actually gonna go for straight archers, it seems. Okay. Looks like Geto should be able to get a villager killed yet. No? Okay. Manages to save it. Just Cheap scouted. Okay. Has he lost his scout? It looks like Cheap has lost his scout. Maybe that's what deterred him from going scouts. Kinda like demotivating to go scouts when you've lost your initial scout. But I think he's just assuming that Geto's gonna go for the same approach, Rush FC. Which he is, by the looks of things. Yeah. Same approach as last time. Except this time Cheap is faster with the archers. So maybe he'll be able to break through that. And as you can see, the villagers had to walk a lot longer distance than last time to wall behind these palisades. Cheap's now going forward with his archers. Make the stable. And the blacksmith. Trying to make some walls here. His Josh just died. Okay, these are good walls by Geto. Should buy him enough time. He's going up to the castle stage now. I think Cheap should pull back once he sees that this is walled and realizes that Geto's going up. Just to save his numbers till he reaches castle stage himself to upgrade them to crosswoman. Okay. And to break through ahead, Geto makes a market. Block this. That was a good approach, and the market is a good thing to have anyway, going Rush FC. You can sell his stone and for more gold. But he only have 7 farms there, which is not enough to keep producing knights from 2 town centers. I'm sorry, 2 stables and a town center. So, okay, he used his market there now. No, he didn't. He melted the tower. Sorry. I think that was kind of unnecessary. It would have been better to sold the stone. Because he was already hostage and could have used resources to go for a few more knights instead. He's harassing some villagers, killed 1, not doing too much. So Chief's got a huge amount of archers there. If they get to crosswoman, that's gonna be pretty. It's gonna be a big, a big threat. I don't know what else to say. Okay, so Geto is now restabilizing his economy a bit. Too many on wood, but I think he's compensating. In the forward siege, same approach. He doesn't have bloodlines yet. I think that's fine. I think I too would focus on massing knights before getting bloodlines. And your economy is so behind. She was actually gonna breach this one here. Tower. Goes under the tower. But oh man, he's idle his whole economy. His archers. He doesn't have bloodlines yet, so he can't really take this fight. Man. It looked like Geto was doing good, but those archers are doing really good work now. Killing farms even. No bloodlines yet. Aye. Man, those crossbowmen doing all the work, killing all the knights. Man. That's really good played by Cheap. He seized the opportunity. And he calls it GG. Yeah, I think that's justified. 6 villagers behind, despite having killed like 3 villagers from Cheap. Yeah, it looked like Ghetto just had too much to wall. And this economy was a bit off. He only has 7 farms by the time that he reached Castle Age. So he could not afford both producing villagers from Town Center and producing knights from the staples. That was rough. Huh. He had a worse economy, and yet he got up a minute later than last game. By this time he should have had a better economy than last game, so I don't know what happened this game. It can't be just having more to wall. Alright, so the score is 1-1 for now. Let's watch the deciding game. Okay, again we have Cheap in the orange and get to Liquidator in the blue. Oh, and this map is looking pretty good. I mean, not their. I mean the look of it, you know. It's different. It's not so sandy. It's an alright map for Ghetto, but all his gold is in the front, so it can be tricky to go for the same approach as he has the past 2 games. Still, even better game. I mean, sorry, much better map for Cheaper with both his zones in the back and his main gold. Very easy to wall map for Cheap. Okay. Bit of an inconsistency here. He forgot to get the second boar. So he adapted by putting another sheep under Thompson. That was still pretty good. He managed to eat the whole sheep before switching over to a second boar. Oh wow! Sheep actually sniped one of Ghetto Liquidator's villagers. I think it was the one who collected gold, so yeah. Ghetto's not gonna be able to afford Loom yet. He needs to get 10 gold. Okay, so that's a pretty good snipe from Cheap. Not only did he kill the villager, but also the villager carrying 10 gold. That's quick walls by Cheap here. We're just gonna go around. Quick one this. Shouldn't be able to do any damage. Get to trying to go for the Rush FC again. Oh! Killed one villager. That's pretty good. Ah, should be able to kill one more. Yeah, 2 villagers. Nice. That's a pretty good rush from Ghetto. Man, he's Cheap still has an idle villager that must have been there for a long time. No, Cheap's gut might be chapped here. Okay, he didn't want to risk it, so he just all to the left side of it. Interesting. Wait, 2 gates? Why? This is why your economy is behind Ghetto. You're wasting too much resources on pieces like this. 2 gates, that's 60 wood, that's a farm. Not village yet, and he doesn't have the gold to go up, so And he's not being villaged, that means he can't make a tower, so not doing too hot there. Mr. Ghetto. I think going Rush C was simply the wrong approach on this map. Not having a secure gold. He can still abuse with the market. Sell the stone and go up. We'll see what he does. He builds a stable and a... Okay, an archer range this time. Okay, so he wants his gold back. They both are even in terms of villagers. Sheep is keeping up the pressure, but he's only making from one archer range. Pretty open on the right side, so he's taking it pretty easy. Okay, yeah, that's a good call, I think. If he uses the market now, sell the stone, while queuing up a few skirmishers while going castle edge, should be able to kill off the archers, or deter them, you know, send them away, and then get his gold back. Wait. Oh. Man. Yeah, he couldn't sell another 100 stone because he spent 10 gold. I mean, sorry, 10 stone here. Those wells, that's a mistake. I think when he had this unleader set, I was just, man, I realized that I saw that he realized it too. Now he has more farms than last time, so that's a good thing. Should have been able to go up now, right? But he doesn't have the means. And now Cheap's gonna tower the gold there. Man, that's just... Oh. I feel so bad for Get the Liquidator right now. This is gonna be a short game. Everything that could go wrong went wrong. Not even gonna be able to wall this. And he will be through here. Man. A second tower. So this is good adaptive play by Cheap. I like it. Man, Cheap even made a tower on this goal as well. This is good awareness by him. Cheap sending invaders on the left side here. But now Cheap sees the invaders. Distracting them. That must be annoying. It's not walled yet, actually. No. Okay. It's a good approach by Ghetto there. Finally his castle, but man, 20-minute castle time. What should have been 16 to 17 castle time. It's pretty rough. Can kill the villager now. Can batter down this tower. But he's got a lot of idle villagers there. And he hasn't scouted the map yet so thoroughly. So you can only see the front gold. He can't see the gold on that side. Here. It's only 3 gold piles. But it could have made a difference there. So now we can see Cheap putting back his archers. It's actually really low. Okay, he's going castle now. Yeah, so that makes perfect sense. He doesn't want to risk his archers getting killed before getting the crossbowman upgrade. Meanwhile, he's making more towers there. Man, if he had managed to actually quick wall this and make a tower. That would have been such a masterpiece. Get to actually going for the gold in the middle of the map, closer to Cheap himself. He sees the gold, but he doesn't see the villagers there yet. Okay, we're not going in with 2 knights. They're not going to be able to do much. And get Cheap at this point has just too many archers. I don't think he'd even need to go Castle Age when Get us this behind. And no access to gold really. Okay, so it's a good call I think by Cheap. I'm sorry, by Liquidator. Trying to secure a gold mine. But it's still very exposed, like, yeah. Cheap can just make a ram and push this. Cheap's the Castle Age now. Kinda late, I have to say. We just got the army numbers. 19 to 3. That's really rough. Get to making a mangonel, that's good. Wait, why is Geto having more villagers? He just made the second town center. Ah, man, that's so unfortunate for Geto. I don't know if it automatically attacked the skirmisher rather than the mangonel. Okay, managed to kill the mangonel now for free. That's good. Geto actually still has a chance here, that's amazing. Ah, but he's Chief's got cavalry archers and he's, oh man, he's doing so much damage. Oh my god. Look at this. He's killed 5 villagers there already. Probably more even. I just haven't noticed it yet. And all these other woodlands are towered except this one. These can also be reached by cavalry archers. Oh man, and he calls GG. Understandably. Yeah, that's just an awful map for Geto. Man. If he had gone rush fast feudal, I think yeah, this game could have looked a lot different. Because I don't think Cheap scouted Geto's map so much. He just expected Geto to do the same thing he did the last 2 games, Rush FC, which he did. But if he had gone rush fast feudal, like 2 archer ranges, I think Cheap could have been in trouble. Like, he could not have made any of these towers. If he had sent villagers forward, they would probably have gotten killed by archers. Cheap would have to adapt with skirmishers and just play meta from there. Yeah, so pretty good games, I think, and good adaptive play by Cheap here. The first game he lost to the Rush FC. The second game, Geto messed up. So Cheap, I don't know if Cheap really adapted so much to the situation there as he did here. But yeah, it's really good played, Mr. Cheap. Yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this series, and see you later.